All right, so we are back for our. Well, actually, not back. This is going to be our first podcast we're going to be uploading today. We are going to be going over the Week 6 slate, not counting the Thursday night game, obviously, because that one is going on as we're recording. Then we're going to go over to some in and outs, which is like some hot takes type of thing. See if we're in and out on the takes. And we'll do some trivias to finish it off, which will not be part of the podcast, but we'll be posting those over on TikTok. So we're going to start off with the first game. I mean, we can kind of, it's only first quarter for Broncos Chiefs, and I'm sure all four of us were going to pick the Chiefs for this one. Is there anyone riding with the Broncos?
Maybe to cover, but the
We're
Chiefs have beat them
just straight
15
picks.
straight times.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so we can move past that one.
well,
We'll all do the Chiefs for that one. DJ, you're involved. Um, so next game is going to be another London game. What is it? The third straight London game in a row. It's going to be Ravens taking on the Titans. Both coming off of bad division losses for both of these teams. And I don't know how much we put into the travel, but it looks like the Ravens traveled over there on Monday. Tennessee was traveling, I believe, Thursday night. I don't know. That plays a big factor, but looking at injuries, it looks like I think Jeffrey Simmons is going to play for the Titans. Ravens are getting a little bit more healthier. I probably will be going with the Ravens coming off that loss. How do you guys feel about this one?
yeah, I do think that travel is a big deal. I think you saw last week, a lot of the Bills players talked about how they weren't ready for the game because of the travel. They couldn't, the time, messed them up. So I think the Ravens getting out there early is definitely an advantage. But the Titans do play Lamar well. Mike Vrabel has had his number the last couple of times they played, so that's something to think about. But I do think the Ravens getting out there early is going to be a huge advantage for them.
I was looking the last time they played. I think it was 2 years ago. Was in the playoffs. You
Is
know,
it the playoff game where the Titans went to Baltimore and beat them?
yeah, and I think no, Lamar
No, it
Jackson.
wasn't. It
No,
couldn't
no,
be.
Lamar Jackson
The year
ran
be
the year before. Yeah,
yeah year before they went into Baltimore and beat them in the divisional round.
Yeah,
And year after
Lamar
Baltimore
went
into
to
Tennessee and beat them, and then
Yeah.
they lost to the Bills.
Yeah, but it's not like I wouldn't say Lamar had great games.
The last game I looked, he had like 136 rushing yards, but he was shut down and he didn't do it. He threw an interception, only threw for like 150.
Yeah, so yeah, Vrabel is gonna play Lamar well, but I don't know. The Ravens coming off that ugly loss to the Steelers, I think they're gonna be up for this game.
Little bounce back.
I think the Ravens D can shut down Henry, and I don't think the Titans offense is going to be able to do anything. So
Yeah,
Ravens, but low scoring for sure.
You got Ravens. Al, who do you got? You going Ravens?
I'll take the Ravens.
DJ?
Yeah, the receivers got to step up for Lamar after last week. So
yeah, they did drop a lot of balls, yeah. And I don't know if Treylon Burks has played this year, but I know he was ruled out for the game as well. But he didn't really do much his rookie year either. So I'm going with the Ravens as well. So it's gonna be a clean sweep with the Ravens. Moving on to the next game is Commanders versus the Falcons. Falcons are home. Commanders coming off a bad loss to the Bears. Falcons are undefeated at home, 3-0 right now. I think the Washington Commanders are ranked like in the bottom half for rushing it, stopping the run. I think they're like 24th or something like that, giving up 133 a game. If the Falcons can run the ball at home, I'm all over the Falcons. Especially Desmond Ritter kind of looked decent at the second half of last game. So I'm going to go with the Falcons for this one.
Yeah, Ritter has played really well at home. So, but I do think I still kind of like Sam Howell in that offense. I think they're able to move the football. They got down early, had to go one-dimensional against the Bears last Thursday night. So, I don't know. This is a tough game. I do think the Commanders will come in and play well, but it's like, how can you trust that defense based on what they have done this year? So, this is a toss-up for me. I mean, I would probably take the Commanders with the points here.
Are you just going Commanders for pick'em though?
Yeah.
We're not doing that's for Sunday. This is just a straight pick'em.
I'll take the Commanders.
All right.
I'm going to go the Commanders as well. 10 days is going to help, I think. I think the defense is better than what they're getting credit for, just knowing Rivera's defense from Carolina days. Like, there is some days that they give up a lot of yards because guys are just not doing their job and trying to do too much. So I think they get it corrected enough to go on the road, make Ritter try to beat them. And I think their offense will put up enough points. So I'll go the Commanders.
I think the Falcons won.
You got Falcons. The only thing also with the Sam Howell, I remember hearing it that he's on like a record pace for being sacked a certain amount of times, like back when David Carr, the
Yeah, he's
Texans.
on pace with David Carr.
Yeah, it was like 20,
That's not
27
good.
through like those first 4 weeks or something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's not good. So.
Yeah. All right. So,
I don't. You guys have played your two teams have played the Falcons as their pass rush been able to get home at all? Like, are they able to put pressure on Sam Howell? If not, I mean, I like those wide receivers to get open against that secondary.
I think they were able to get interior pressure. I mean, Grady Jarrett's still really good, and then didn't Calais Campbell get? I don't know if he played last week. I know he got dinged up in the London game, so I'm not sure if he played last week. But that would be also another factor to getting pressure for Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. But nothing from the ends getting pressure. Right?
No, I haven't seen no edge rush or anything.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the next game, we got our picks for that game. It's gonna be the 1-4 Vikings versus the Chicago Bears in Chicago Soldier Field. Bears coming off a huge win. Justin Jefferson is on IR. I mean, it seems like if the Vikings are in that, they just keep losing games, even one-score games. Kirk Cousins might be out the door, but I still think I'm not a believer in the Bears yet, so I'm gonna go with Minnesota, even though they're on the road. I mean, if you look at it, one-score games, one ball bounces their way, they pick up a win. I think even with Jefferson out, maybe you can move the ball around a little bit more. Jordan Addison comes out. They still got T.J. Hawkinson, and see about Xander Madison can step up too. So I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Mahomes just threw a pick in the red zone.
Did he really?
Yep.
Division
I was
games?
big on the under tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the Vikings offense is going to look like without Jefferson. I know Kevin O'Connell has come out and said that Jordan Addison is probably going to get a load.
Did you see what he said?
Yeah, about the all gas or
all
whatever.
Gas, yeah. After Addison had,
I don't know where to go in this matchup. Yeah, Bears are coming off a big win, but again, that was against the Commanders' defense, who hasn't played well all this year.
Minnesota's defense.
The Vikings defense did play pretty well against the Chiefs last week, so if they're able to get pressure on Justin Fields, force him into some turnovers, I think Kirk Cousins and that offense will do enough to get the victory here.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bears. Bears are at home. I think 1-4 looks bad, but they really should have beat the Broncos to get to 2-3. They lost to the Bucks on the road, 27-17. The Bucks might be a little better than we gave them credit for. So I don't think the Vikings are very good. They beat the Panthers last week by 7 and needed defense a touchdown to win that game. So I think the Bears get it done at home.
All right. Deej?
Also, Sabres just scored out.
I think Jordan Addison is going to have a big day. I just haven't seen the Bears be able to defend well, so I like the Vikings.
You go Vikings too. All right, so only the lone wolf, Brian, will be on the Chicago Bears. Moving on to the next 1 o'clock game, you got the Seattle Seahawks going into Cincinnati. Looking at the Bengals coming off a big play by Burrow and Chase. Looks like they're back on track. It was only one game. Seahawks coming off a bye. Was looking at Pete Carroll's record off a bye. I feel like a lot of people look at the coach, especially a coach who's been around a while. He's only 4-6 coming off the bye, so not crazy good. Going into Cincinnati, you worry about Cincinnati's O-line. Burrow looked like he can move around a little bit. I think I'm going to go with the home team here. I'm going to go with the Bengals over the Seahawks. I'm not sure about how their past matchups have been, but maybe if Pete Carroll's a little better off the bye, I kind of would have went with them. But Bengals coming off a good win, I'm going to go with them.
Ryan, the momentum, huh?
Hey, that's what football is.
Joe Burrow has come out and said this is the best he's felt, obviously since that calf injury. So that's a good sign for Bengals fans. And he moved around a little bit better against the Cardinals last week. But I don't know that you're just going to get it fixed 1 week against
The Cardinals
pretty
defense.
sorry Cardinals defense. No, I think I do like the Seahawks here. That's not a bias at all against the Bengals, but I would like to see the Bengals do it one more week before I get on the bandwagon that Joe Burrow and that offense is back.
Deej, you got something to say about that?
You can speak up.
Shake your head.
I mean, Jamar Chase is always open, so
Bengals
are going to win. They're getting back on track. They absolutely torched the Cardinals' secondary, which was obviously banged up, but I think Jonathan Gaynon's really good defensive coach. You've seen it in the previous weeks, shut down some offenses. So I think the Bengals are back.
49ers only had 34 points against them.
And
Well, considering
no one has
49ers
stopped
are
the
the best team in the
49ers yet,
NFL.
though.
I'm not sold on the Bengals being back yet.
Well,
I think
I knew that from your hot take. So
I just think the Seahawks have some good corners. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. I don't
They do
like
have good
the
corners.
East Coast, West Coast, but I would go with the Seahawks. Do we know? I know we're just doing pick 'em here. Do we know the line on this game?
3.5
Bengals.
Oh, 2.5
Yep.
Bengals.
Yeah, I would definitely like a teaser with the Seahawks getting like 8 on the road, but I'll pick them straight up too.
You'd figure like the West Coast, East Coast, whoever plays in Seattle has to be used to that because almost besides their division opponents, they're always traveling. Who did you pick for this one, D? Did you pick the Bengals?
Yes, he did.
All right. So 2-2, we split that one right there, and then we're gonna move on to the next game. I'm sure most of us are gonna go with the 49ers after hearing about the Browns. It looks like Deshaun Watson is out again, even after the bye week. I think PJ Walker's going for them, right? And then Stefanski talking about off a bye. Stefanski's 0-3 off a bye, so.
Yeah,
I know their defense
if
is
Watson
good.
is not playing, it is going to be PJ Walker.
PJ Walker, right? Because I don't think they're going to go with Dorian again.
Yeah,
after
right
that
now you can get
performance.
the 49ers minus 9.5. I would
Minus
go and get
9.5?
that number.
Yeah. I'm obviously pick'ems. Is everyone going 49ers? Yeah, it's going to be hard to pick against them. Let's move it on.
This does feel like a game like everyone is going to be on the 49ers. They're coming off a huge win against the Cowboys. Maybe a letdown spot going to Cleveland. No one ever wants to go to Cleveland, so
It's a great vacation spot.
Yeah, sure.
Joakim Noah.
But it could be a letdown spot.
Yeah, I could see it. Those. I don't know if everyone believes in trap games, but we hear about them all the time. It could be one, but I still think 49ers is playing way too well, and they're pretty healthy right now too. So that's gonna be a sweep for the 49ers. Moving on to the next game. This one I'm still kind of up in the air about. Saints going into Houston. I do like C.J. Stroud a lot. Still has yet to throw that first interception in his career. Last week, the Saints easily handled the Patriots. Their offense really didn't have to do much because the Patriots' offense was that bad. Usually when I don't know who to pick, I usually just go with the home team. So I'm going to go with the Texans here. So that's going to be my pick for this one.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see this Saints defense against C.J. Stroud and these receivers. Obviously, they got Marshall and Lattimore back there. You got Cameron Jordan rushing the passer. So it'll be interesting to see that matchup. As far as the Saints offense, I don't really know what to say. The last 2 weeks, Derek Carr had to check the ball down almost every single play against the Bucs because he couldn't throw the ball. And then last week, like you said, they didn't have to do anything offensively. They could have scored 3 points and they would have won that game. The Patriots did nothing offensively. So, I'm interested to see this matchup. Texans play well at home. They're getting 1.5 as a home dog, so I'll probably take the Texans outright in this matchup.
I want to go Saints. I just think the more film you get on a rookie, like the better chance you have to get some things going against him. Unless he's a Pat Mahomes type or something like that, where he's going to be that extraordinary. But I'm just looking at my picks here. I don't like picking that many road teams in the NFL, but the next few would be home games. So I'll go with the Saints in the road. I think their defense is good. They're gonna get C.J. Stroud to throw his first interception of the year. So
DJ, who do you got?
That's a prop bet.
I like the Saints too.
You like the Saints?
I don't know if it's a prop bet, but
Probably is. Especially like just.
So we got to stop talking about this betting, guys. I don't bet.
You don't bet. That's fine. We ain't betting
that's
right
fine.
now.
You don't have to bet. You shouldn't bet. You're not allowed to.
All right, so let's move on to the next game. You're going to have Colts versus the Jaguars. They've already played this year. Jaguars won in Indy 31-21, I believe. Colts had a defensive touchdown. I think Buckner had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Looking at it, Gardner Minshew also, to know, he is going to be starting because, I don't know, did Richardson get put on IR, right?
4 to 8 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, 4 to 8 weeks.
So he's on IR, yes.
And then lastly, I think I'm going to go with the Colts here. Looking at the stats for like teams coming back from London. So like they've been going to London since 2007. It's been 92% of the times that a team coming back from London has had a bye week. They've been in London for 2 weeks, no bye week. They're going straight into a game. Colts coming off a big win against the Titans. Jonathan Taylor getting back in the mix, even though Zach Moss has been really good. I think I'm going to go with the Colts here. Very rarely you get swept in your division. You get beat twice. They already lost once. I'm gonna go with the Colts here.
Yeah, I think that's a good point about teams coming back from London. Although the Falcons did come back and did win last week, but
Took the fourth quarter, but they didn't come out great. But yeah,
I do worry though. Indianapolis notoriously never plays well in Jacksonville, so I think that's
new regime.
Yeah, I guess, but if the Colts can run the football down there, Gardner Minshew is going to be able to make some plays with his feet as well as in the pass game. I know this is just a pick 'em bet, but Colts are getting 4.5. I think that might be a good play, but I do think the Jags offense has looked better the last couple of weeks, and they looked good in week 1 against the Colts the first time. So I'll take the Jags to win this game.
I'm taking Jags. They're at home. I think that Bills win's going to kind of catapult them the rest of the season. I know they had some early losses there, and we're expecting high things, but I think they'll respond well. I think they know how big this game is in the division, so I'll take the Jags.
Deej?
Yeah, I think the Jags.
Jags as well. And yeah, that's your MVP pick, Trevor Lawrence. Looking okay. Not the best odds right now. Probably not the favorite, but still a long season to go. Next game, finishing off the 1 o'clock games. I mean, all in favor, Dolphins.
I do like the pick now, Dolphins.
Yeah, we'll get into a little bit of the Panthers talk after too.
Panthers division pick has not looked very good.
Did you pick I picked Saints, I think, so I'm feeling good about that.
Panthers. I mean, I talked to Brian about this the other day. That team was 1 win away from going to a helmet tossing penalty away from going to the playoffs last year.
Kind of an injury too, if you look at J.C. Horn.
Yeah, you improve at quarterback. I thought so, but they have just not been able to protect Bryce Young. They get down early. They're not making any.
I will say, I don't think we're going 0-16, but or 0-17, but 2-15 maybe. I only see about 2 wins.
Not saying I'm not rooting for you to go 0-17 to feel my pain, but
But you want them to be good because
the Bears have their pick.
Yeah.
And we'll get more into the Carolina talk with the in and out hot take thing. So we'll come back to that one. We're all going with the Dolphins for pick'ems. Makes sense. I think they're 13.5 point favorites, I believe. Deej, close your ears.
13.5.
13.5. That's not even the biggest spread either. But we'll get into the next one. So let's start with the 4 o'clock games. You got New England going to Las Vegas. A little coach matchup right here with McDaniels and Belichick. Forgot to look up to see Belichick against his former coaches. I'm pretty sure it's pretty good, but I'm done betting just picking the Patriots at all from the last couple picks. So I'm going with the Raiders coming off a win against Green Bay. I know it didn't look good, but just get the ball to Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
Raiders at home, going with the Raiders.
Yeah, this is a big bet. Devontae Adams props.
Yeah,
happens every single time. Once a receiver comes out and says, even when I'm double team, I'm open. Think about Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs. They've all have come out and said that, and they both have had 3 touchdowns after that interview. So yeah, I think the Raiders get it done at home. It sounds like even if Mac Jones doesn't play well, the Patriots are actually going to go to Will Grier as their backup this week.
Not Zappy?
It's Will Grier will be the backup. So that'll be interesting. So yeah, I think Raiders
DJ?
Get it done at home.
You got Raiders too? All right, sweep with the Raiders. Moving on to the next one, 4 o'clock games. Starting off with we already did one 4 o'clock game. The 4:25 games, my Lions going into Tampa Bay. Just looking at injuries, I'm obviously picking the Lions, but looking at injuries, Sam Laporta hasn't practiced the past 2 days. Still up in the air, his calf injury. I don't know if Brian Branch is back. We have some injuries, but Amon-Ra St. Brown's back. And I think Mike Evans was limited coming off the bye for the Bucks. I think he'll probably go, but I'm still going with the Lions, obviously. I think they're
Gibbs playing?
4.5. Gibbs didn't practice past 2 days either.
3 right now. You can get the Lions -3.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm picking them to win.
This is a tough one. Bucks coming off a bye, like you think they're gonna play well. It's gonna take a good effort from the Lions. So I'm up in the air in this game. I could see the Lions faulting on the road here, coming off some big wins last couple weeks and some injuries going down to Tampa. It's gonna be hot, I assume, or maybe just rainy. I don't know, but
I think it's supposed to rain on the East Coast.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take the Bucks at home.
Who'd you go with, Al?
the brand new Lions. Give me
Hell
the
yeah.
Lions.
Hell yeah. DJ,
Yeah, I like the Lions.
tell me what I like to hear. All right, cool. All right, we got the going to the next 4 o'clock game. Cardinals going to LA. Just a couple things. McVay, since becoming the coach of the Rams, is 8-0 against the Cardinals. Obviously, it's a new head coach in Arizona, DJ's Gannon. He's 8-0, DJ.
He's not 8-0.
Yeah, he is.
The Cardinals beat him in 2021.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No,
they
it's not.
started
You're
off
right.
5-0.
The year they went to the playoffs.
They started off 5-0. Yep.
Good try, Connor.
I looked it up and said McVay was 8-0.
Oh, maybe McVay had COVID that game. He didn't coach.
Oh, maybe he didn't coach. Actually, he probably didn't coach that game.
I made that up. But
I know.
It was COVID year.
Did he miss any? Who was the one who missed who had a coach from home? Stefanski, right? In the playoff game
Yeah.
against the Steelers. Oh,
Let's
sorry.
not talk about that. So.
How's that go?
All right,
Moving
I'm
on.
gonna go with the Rams here. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua looked really good last week, so I'm going Rams.
Yeah, Rams at home.
Rams. Al.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed how the Rams played at home last week. I thought that would be a closer game than what it was. So, but they get the Cardinals to bounce back.
They don't really have a home.
Defense played well though. Held them to
Yeah, they
11
held them to-
goals.
They held them to field goals, but I thought offense was moving the ball early. That Eagles, defense hadn't looked, like they did last year. I was just surprised that they only put up what was 24-13, right? Was the final?
Yeah, the final. Yeah.
Yeah. So
DJ.
23-14.
23.
They covered 10 points. I know.
Right. Rams are -7.
I don't know if I would pick that, but DJ, who do you got? Obviously, your Cardinals.
No, I'm going to go the Rams here. The Cardinals,
Don't you dare.
they relied on the run the past couple weeks to open up the pass, and James Conner being out. It's going to be no play action. Josh Dobbs is going to be struggling. Last week, once they went down, he couldn't really – he's a game manager, so once they went down, he went down.
Yeah, I got on the Josh Dobbs train late on fantasy, so not good last week. Gave him a start over Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, jeez. But Trevor Lawrence.
It was only 7-point difference.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Clean sweep for the Rams in that game. Moving on to the last 4 o'clock game, you got the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles heading into the Meadowlands to play the Jets 2-3. I'll make it easy. I'm going with the Eagles. Hard to pick against a 5-0 team going up against Zach Wilson. So even though he's looked better in the past 2 games,
give me the Jets.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why, but Jets have a bye next week.
Definitely the Jets with the points, I would say. But I
Plus
was pick
7,
them.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see the Jets defense just playing really well and keeping it low scoring and getting a turnover. But the thing is, like, the Eagles don't turn the ball over usually, right? Like, they got the Bills to turn the ball over. Even Mahomes usually throws some interceptions. Eagles can rely on the run game, I think, more so than the Jets and the Chiefs. So they can kind of rely on that. If Hurts does throw an interception, it's a tight game.
Chiefs are running the ball against them, too.
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles because I think the run game's going to get there. But I think the Jets keep this very close and have a chance to upset them.
Deej?
Yeah, the Eagles. I don't think the Jets are very good.
All right. I think if KC kept running the ball the whole game, they could have dominated. But, Andy Reid does not want to do that. If he wants to throw the ball, you got Patrick Mahomes. So Eagles are not scared to run the ball nonstop. Moving on to the night game. This is, I believe, the biggest spread, but we're just doing pick'ems. I'm obviously going to go with the Bills, 1-4 Giants. Daniel Jones, I'm not sure.
Could be Tyrod.
It's going to be Tyrod Taylor. Who's the backup after that? Did they even sign someone?
I don't. They haven't officially said
That's
Daniel Jones isn't playing, but
I think I saw some today. That he was out.
That would be the move. You need another quarterback.
Not even Daniel Jones. They have a bunch of injuries.
Yeah, Darren Waller's on there too.
So
Evan
yeah,
Neal's
obviously,
ego.
Bills bounce back off the London trip. Diggs touchdown.
Diggs touch. All right, little prop bet. Everyone's Bills then.
Yep.
Alrighty, let's finish it off with the Monday night game. Dallas gets embarrassed last week from the 49ers. Chargers 2-2 coming off a bye week. Brandon Staley 0-1. Not that stat really matters. He hasn't coached for too long. I'm going with Dallas. They need a bounce back. I don't trust the Chargers defense, and I don't think I'll ever trust Brandon Staley. So I'm going to go with Dallas coming off a bad win, picking up one here.
I assume they stayed out there.
You would assume so, but I'm not positive.
But their training camps out there, so it's not like
the facility out there. Yeah.
So, I'm not ready to make a pick on this game yet. I haven't looked into it too much, so
It's not how it works. Like,
I have till Monday. What do I need to make a pick for today?
It's got to be part of the graph. Got to be part of the graph.
I'll make my pick.
All right, we'll put a question mark next year. If we don't get a pick, you get automatic a loss, unless you want tie.
Huh?
You want a tie?
No, I don't know who's going to win this game
First
yet.
tie of the year.
See how Sunday goes, and then we'll make a pickup for Monday.
It's a very interesting game. I will say that. Chargers are coming off a bye.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd probably lean Chargers.
Eckler's going too.
Yeah, I'll go Chargers.
Deej?
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Chargers.
Chargers as well. All right, then we have Alex with the question mark. Dallas, Chargers, and a question mark. So that is going to be the pick'ems for our NFL Week 6 slate. We're going to be coming back with some in and outs right after this. All right, for the next portion of the podcast, we're going to be going in or out on these hot takes. We'll do 6 of them. Just wanted to throw in another one. The first one's going to be Frank Reich will be fired before the end of the season. Are we in and out on this one?
Out.
Yeah, it's too much commitment. To be honest, Tepper's already got a bad
track record.
Reputation over D'Amico Ryan's not wanting to interview there, Ben Johnson not wanting to interview with him, so he's got to make it work with Frank Reich, or at least try for year number 2.
Yeah, I can't see him firing him right away, especially with the young quarterback. I don't think you want to, give Bryce Young a whole new offense to learn next season. So, but right now I'm out. But if they go 1-16 with the second or third richest owner in the NFL, I don't know what he is now with Amazon or with the Walmart guy with the Broncos, but he wants to win, so he'll pay to win. He'll pay it, to fire a coach and bring in a new one. So, but right now I'm out on that.
Deej?
Yeah, I'm also out on that. I think it's too early for this. Bryce Young gets sacked how many times a game, Bry?
He's just not good. I don't believe in him, but
you
still can't move on.
Make that assumption.
The only reason I bring it up is because of what Frank Reich said this week. Like that's a little ridiculous.
You can't say he's not
how would you feel as Bryce Young? Like that's a pretty.
You cannot. How many quarterbacks under 5'10" are ever really good?
We're talking about Frank Reich.
I'm just saying,
Well, how many even made it to the NFL? The ones who've been in the NFL.
But I do think there's also a lot of clips going around that Reich was in on C.J. Stroud and Tepper wanted Young.
The video with McCown and Stroud talking.
Yeah.
I'm out on it just because it's too. He already fired Matt Rule during the season last year too. Like it'd be just too quick to do that. You got to let it ride out a little longer, even with a really bad season. Young quarterback. The next one is going to be Dak Prescott will never get the Cowboys over the hump. We just heard Jerry Jones come out talking about. Obviously, he's going to talk up Dak Prescott. They owe him a lot of money. They can't get out of that contract. But will he be able to ever get the Cowboys over the hump?
But what's the question now?
That's a statement. Like he'll never be able to get the Cowboys over the hump.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I don't
think so either. I'm in on that take.
The 49ers are better than them for the next at least 3 years. The Eagles are better than them for the next 3 years. Like I don't think he'll ever get over the hump of those two teams.
Yeah.
What is the hump? A Super Bowl appearance or a conference championship?
It's got to be I think it's conference championship. For Cowboys, obviously they live in. But when you look at the last time the Cowboys even been to the Super Bowl, you got to go way back. So you can't. Obviously, being a Cowboys fan, their expectations are through the roof. But you got to limit them in terms of what they have done recently. So I think NFC Championship would be the hump in this case.
Yeah, it'll be tough. But, yeah, I don't think so at the very moment.
So you're in on that one. DJ?
No, I really thought this one was going to be their year, but I think that
still early, 3-2.
I know. I just think the Eagles are just going to be too good for them to ever win the division, matter of fact. But, can't lose games to the Cardinals if you want to get over them. I understand it's the NFL, but great teams beat down on bad teams.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get there in the current state of the NFC, so I'm going to have to get out on this one. My MVP pick
so
is
you're in on the take.
In on the take.
And is your MVP guy.
Yeah, not a good one.
Yeah, that's all right. I have Lamar Jackson, so he has to bounce back.
It's really just my Eagle hater. If you're going to hate from the Eagles, then I want to go with them. So.
Yeah. More of a want than a believe. But number 3 is going to be Joe Burrow and the Bengals are back. I want to be in on this, but I think it's got to be more than one game. And I don't trust their offensive line at all. So I'm out on this take, but come back in a couple weeks.
I'm out for now. Like we talked about, you got to do it for more than 1 week to be officially back, and you have to do it against a good defense, which I think they'll be facing on Sunday. So we'll see if they can, make it 2 consecutive big weeks on that offense. Then I can, come around to say the offense and the Bengals are back.
Bengals are back.
We're in.
Bengals are back. They started this way last year.
They do start slow. They do start slow.
And they're going to keep rolling once they get hot. I mean, the offensive line is scarce, but did T. Higgins even play last week?
He is going to be out. I think he has the rib injury.
He's out this week, too. I know it's based on pain tolerance.
Yeah, that's what they said. He didn't play. He tried to warm up, and they said no. But once he comes back too, you're not going to be able to guard both of them.
Bri, in and out. I know you're probably going to be out on the Bengals.
Out.
Yeah,
out. It's still looking good. They lose this week. They're 2-4. I'm out.
Yeah, we know where you stand with the Bengals. All right, for the next one, this one comes based off of something Dan Orlovsky said, Orlovsky, how you ever say his name. I couldn't stand him in Detroit. Mac Jones, I did / any quarterback would play well in Shanahan's system. Mostly Mac Jones kind of be the basis of this and play like Brock Purdy. I'm definitely out on this.
I'm out on this. This is a stupid take. I don't know.
I don't know if he was misworded on it, but the way it's said.
He got on Pat's show and said he would be playing like that. I don't know what that.
That's the same exact thing.
It's the same exact thing. So I'm out on this. I mean, I understand that Kyle Shanahan makes quarterbacks look really good, but the anticipation he plays with, the moxie he plays with, I don't think Mac Jones would be playing like that. I don't.
And there's been quarterbacks who can't do it. So
yeah, it's not like Nick Mullins didn't work out. CJ Beathard didn't. There's guys that played in Kyle Shanahan's offense that did not work out. It's just. Let's give credit where credit is due. Brock Purdy is playing like an MVP caliber quarterback at this point in the season.
Agree with that.
Yeah, I don't. Outside of Tua, has an Alabama quarterback really done much? All of them, I feel like, are given second and third chances and have not done anything. So it's really hard to judge. I mean, Tua might not be healthy, but yeah, I don't think any quarterback can succeed in that system.
Deej, in or out?
I mean, obviously Kyle Shanahan's offense is legit, but Brock Purdy has been balling himself. You can't take that away from him, and he's playing like an MVP candidate. I mean, I think you would know the difference if you just put a guy in there and he's just letting his playmakers make plays, but he's making good throws too. They were saying he doesn't throw the ball downfield, and then the Cardinals game he let it rip down the field. So
in on that, I think we're all out on that take. So the next one, we got 2 more. This one's based off of the London games they've been doing since 2007, playing in different areas different countries. Within 5 years, there'll be multiple London teams in the NFL. Within 5 years.
Right now, I'm out on it. I don't. The whole travel situation. Would a team have to go there, play for 2 weeks, and then come back? How does the London teams ever make it back here while teams have to go play, especially in division games? You're gonna. I think eventually there will be a team in London. I don't know about 2 teams, but I know Roger Goodell said that.
Yeah, that's why I based it off of just going off his interview, and he was talking about that's what they kind of made it an experiment having the Jaguars over there for two consecutive weeks. So they're trying different things out. He had the podcast said the multiple teams and in their British accents they went crazy, but
I just think it'll be hard.
The travel is the biggest issue, and also how are players. I think another issue is you play in the NFL, your family's in the NFL, and you're gonna try to sign with a London team. You want to live more than half the year over there. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Yeah, the compensation would also be different too, the tax rules and I don't know if NFL guys get taxed differently when they play. I guess they only get taxed to their home.
Do they get paid in pounds?
State. No,
they
I
definitely
think you only get taxed in your home state, I think, but I don't know how the
you
international
get
one
taxed.
works.
No, you get taxed where you play the game.
Yeah, so that has some implications too.
That is true. I didn't even think about that. Money standpoint.
Do they get their salary in pounds? Right, that's the
No, it's still in dollars, but it probably I don't know. It has to be in dollars, obviously.
Yeah. So
But,
we're all
yeah, I
out
think
on that. It's
that's
5 years
interesting.
5 years is too early. They still need some more experiment with it. All right, last one, real quick. DJ, you were out on that one. You escaped us for a little bit.
I don't think I really have an opinion on it. I'll be honest.
All right. You're a shell. You only look at stuff going on around in this country, of course. The last one is based off the brotherly shove. Do we think it should be outlawed at all? We were just talking about it before. Watching other teams do it, they kind of struggle with it. So I think it takes more skill than many people think. But I'd say you keep it in.
Yeah. If they can't stop it, they can't stop it. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
I don't like I feel like you shouldn't be able to push the quarterback because you can't push a pile.
That's what I would say.
I just don't think it's like they just have two people ready to push Hurts. And I think on the one he had last week, he's literally in the air and they're just carrying him for a first down. I think that can't be. You can't push the quarterback.
I heard someone make a good analogy of on extra points or kicks, the defenders are not allowed to push they're not allowed to push the D lineman into the O line. So why can they push them now all of a sudden? I think the QB sneak should obviously still be in there, but like the formation, you can't push from behind. Like I think that should be outlawed.
That's the only thing I think.
But the QB sneak play should not be. Yeah. No.
Well, I mean the brotherly push I think it includes all of that with the QB push as well.
I also think what's going to happen is, like, the Eagles, it's all fun and games. I think one of them are going to tear their ACL on it. Like a Kelsey, a Dickerson, one of them, because someone's just going to take a dive at their knees.
I'm sure they're not crazy about it either. It's every time it's a bloodbath every single time, and they do it so often.
Yeah. Like, I mean, as a D lineman, if we can't, like, you were trying to go through the O lineman's legs anyway, there's just chances are somebody's going to tear their ACL soon.
What Greg Schiano did when they took a knee, just dive right at the legs?
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying do it intentionally, but that's how you stop it.
Yeah.
So eventually it's going to happen, you know?
Cheat to stop it, yeah.
Not cheating.
No.
You're allowed to take out his legs. They do it. They cut block us. What's the difference?
Us.
I was a D lineman. You were an O lineman.
I rarely cut defensive linemen. It depends. All right, that is going to do it for the in or outs for the podcast. And it's really going to do it for the podcast video because we're going to go over to do some trivias. Won't have that out on the podcast. That will be on the TikTok. So that will do it for our first podcast. You need